Hi air signs and everyone using the Starman Tarot, which looks like that or like that, devised for David Bowie by David De Angelis. In this reading for the air signs, we're going to do a 3-card tarot spread for you guys. Thanks for joining me. I'm Andy. Okay, so let's have a shuffle and see what is the first card out for the air signs. That is to say Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. This reading is for you guys, and for anyone who's watching. Actually, if you're drawn to this reading, it doesn't matter what your sign is at all. This is for you. If you're drawn to it, that's the way the energies work. So let's turn over the first card out, and it's the Ten of Cups. Now this is a pretty good place to start a reading, and I hope things get even better as we go through it. Things are looking pretty good when we get the Ten of Cups. There's a lot of joy there, but there is also a reason around you somewhere, and that'll vary between people. It's different strokes for different folks, but there's some reason to keep on learning and to keep on building bonds, particularly around family, and particularly things that are going to drive you forward, because no matter how good things are excuse me, no matter how good things are going, life is always change. Life is always pushing things forward. So let me take a close look at this card for myself. Okay, we've got what looks like a rather happy family here, but we have also got a cup upside down over each of their heads, and that can go two ways in terms of meaning, actually, because the cups are upside down, which suggests that things do still need some progress to be made. Things do still need to be going forward, but on the other side of that, it's a very happy thing, because it's as if the cups which held their longings and desires are now kind of pouring success down on their heads. It looks a really positive scene indeed. There is great joy there. Life is changed. Not every minute of every day is joyful for everybody, no matter how well they're doing. That's a fact of life, and that's something really well worth remembering. But the Ten of Cups, it's a great start to things, and it's looking incredibly positive. We've also got a lot of spiritual indications. We do get that with this deck, actually. Starman Tarot is very powerful like that. We've got this great burst of light up here, which is spread out rather like a butterfly, and makes me think then of kind of spiritual things returning, positive spiritual things returning, things that we miss, things that seem to be in the past, because as we go forward we have to leave the past behind, but it's okay to keep the lessons and the love from the past. So they are still palpable in this card. Things are still really, really positive. Even though that's something coming back, it's the good side of things coming back. We've also got this kind of Merkaba pattern here, which has a lot to do with the kind of grids, the spiritual grids in which the sky is kind of divided up. I've never got any real idea out of anybody or out of anything that I've researched to tell me why that is or exactly how it works, but believe me, the universe is kind of somehow is controlled by a divine being, and that is really powerfully in sync. This card shows that it is. There's also some purple traces up there showing that healing is present, and healing is always going to be needed, because no matter how positive things are, no matter how successful we might be in our journey through life, there is always that need for healing. When things are going well, it's because healing is working. I could do with some healing for my throat, excuse me. There we go. Oh, grey tea. It's a wonderful thing. Let me just look at this and make sure I haven't missed anything. Yes, I have. There's a cat here and there's a bird here. And you see, they're in harmony in the Ten of Cups card here, and that suggests to me more harmony than we might think possible, more harmony than we might expect. But you've only got to look around on YouTube to see that cats and birds often get on quite well together. This is a coming together and a balancing of energies in undreamed or unthought of ways, my friends. Okay, so that's the Ten of Cups, first card in this spread for the air signs Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. I wonder if we'll have sword cards coming up, because those are actually closely associated with the air signs in tarot. But they don't have to come out, it's whatever comes out of the deck is what is meant to come out of the deck. Everything happens for a reason. Okay, one's fallen out there, let's pick that up. And it's the Eight of Cups. Here we are now then. It's positive again. It's the cups again. It's longings and desires. Now, we are actually taking a step back in terms of numbers here to the Eight of Cups. But I was saying with the Ten of Cups all the way along there that life is change, and change is bound to keep on coming into the picture no matter how well things go. Now, the Eight of Cups suggests going off in search of something new, even though things are already so positive. Now, I wouldn't be too quick to go off in search of new things. This card just says that that's what's going to be happening. That's what's going to be the impetus. That's what you're going to be driven to do next. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's really easy on a spiritual journey to find your purpose and not know it, and therefore kind of go off trying to find your purpose again. So do beware of that. There is a journey going forward, but bear in mind that it's not something that's missing from life that you're looking for. It's kind of the next steps. Okay, it's not a negative thing, it's a positive thing. It's going forward from the Ten of Cups. We've got lots of beautiful mint green in this, healing energy everywhere, and I'm just going, there's so many images crammed into this card and all the cards in the Starman Tarot deck that I have to stop and look again and again. I can't read what this bit of graffiti up here says. Maybe you can, but I can't. Maybe it's in a language I don't know. But there we go, symbols, you know, coming around you. Things that you may not immediately understand, but things that you will eventually understand, as I will eventually understand what that writing means. And the writing's on the wall, okay? Oh, terrible throat this morning. The life of us is always going forward. The writing is actually always on the wall in that way, and we've got a ring of fire here around the cup, showing that the longings, the desires, everything we associate with the Suit of Cups is actually still powerfully in us and powerfully around us, and it's actually that fire in the heart that is driving us forward. Now, being Cups cards, these are water sign energy, okay? So this is Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces. Those influences in your chart, those people around you. As well as that ring of fire around the cup here, we've got another cup on this side which is flying high, and this cup actually has wings on it. Now that in spiritual terms is a bit like if we say something's got legs in the worldly sense. You know, it can go places, and the desires of your heart are always going to be leading you forward, no matter how positive things get. That is always going to be the case. I've got a terrible throat this morning, excuse me. I've stopped this video twice already to try and sort my throat out. Earl Grey with a dash of honey in, that solves things. And that's the thing, you know, I just have to keep going. We all just have to keep going no matter what's going on, particularly amidst all the craziness that's going on at the moment. If you're watching this April 2020, which is when I'm doing it. If you're watching it in the future, don't worry so much about that. That's just the thing of this moment. But every moment has energy behind it, and every moment is actually taking us somewhere, driving us further forward and making more things happen. Now, this character scratching his head a bit there, not really knowing what's going on, but that's the nature of the Eight of Cups, you know. There is always more to it, and no matter how positive the outcome is, there's always going to be more to come. More positivity, you know, and that's the way to look at it. It's easy to think, oh, there's more to come. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? We're creating our own reality all the time, friends. So always see it as positive possibilities. Always be looking for something good. Always be looking, I would say, really, for something better. Well, it's quite an important thing, really. It's not necessarily ungrateful to say you want something better. As long as you live, you can be looking for better things. That is the positive way. That is the way to keep going forward. Okay, so I'm shuffling again here and going to see what is the outcome card now. Card number 3 in this reading for the air signs Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. I'm doing this reading in April 2020. The best time to watch it is now. Do subscribe to my channel, tap the bell so you don't miss anything, and then have a look through the channel. There are hundreds, something like 600 readings on there at the moment. There's more videos than that, but some of them are about other things. I did one about gardening last weekend, because lots of us, like this time of sort of kind of a critical, crisis-y kind of time, April 2020, lots of us are trying to find ways of working and living more from home without kind of going out into the world, because it's kind of dangerous out there just at the moment. So you know, there's always something spiritual behind my videos, always, but a good 600 of them are actually readings that are on the channel, so I think that is pretty positive. Do go and take a look, and if you're drawn to a reading, it's for you, whether you think it is or not, whether it's for your star sign or not. If you're actually drawn to it, take a look at it, see what cards are coming up, see what, you know, some of it's mediumship, see what messages are coming through. It's going to mean something to you. That's the way these things work. So now let us turn over the top card here and see what is the outcome, please, in this reading for the signs of Gemini, Libra and Aquarius, the air signs, April 2020. And it's the Four of Wands. Now this is a really positive card again. This is a lot like the Ten of Cups in terms of the amount of joy it has. It's wands, it's kind of getting things done energy. It's what actually happens, and it's coming away from our longings and desires and turning into actual practical reality. The thing about the Four of Wands, whichever deck it comes from, there is always an impetus to move forward, you know. In one of the decks I use Tarot in Wonderland, and that deck will be back soon, by the way. I kind of cycle them as I go. The Four of Wands has a house of cards in it. It's a very comfortable house, but it's got a very heavy stone roof, and other than that it's made up of cards. So I'm not going to say things are about to come crashing down around your ears. Not at all. This is a really positive card, but the whole energy of the Four of Wands is there's more. It's good, it's positive, it's powerful even, but there's more to come. Let me look at this. Okay, we've got the Merkaba spiritual pattern repeating itself here, and the amazing thing about this pattern is you can add more and more to it all the time, and it will always come out more or less the same shape, and it will always have lots of different meanings, one for each little circle within it, but they all come together into the one big meaning of life, the one central meaning that holds things all together. It's a very green card. I don't know how well the colours are actually showing up in this video, actually. It kind of maybe need to do something with my camera for future videos, because I'm not sure that's showing it. It doesn't look quite as powerful on the screen to me as it does on the card as I look at it, but there is loads and loads of green in this card, and this is green energy. That is the energy of nature. It's the energy of the lower heart chakra, and everything to do with the higher heart chakra stands on the shoulders of the lower heart chakra. Okay, they go together, they work together, and if you visualize that heart chakra as a powerful strong emerald green, then which is actually what this card is colored mostly, I just don't think it shows on the screen, but if you visualize your own heart as having that clear emerald green, then so it will be. Okay, its intent is absolutely everything with the chakras, with the tarot, with anything spiritual, crystals, whatever you want to see it as. Intent is absolutely everything, because we all come to this world, friends, with a mission, some kind of mission that we've signed up to before we were actually born into this incarnation, and it's a mission somehow that we've had throughout all our incarnations. Everyone's is a bit different, but we're reminded of it all the time in subtle ways that we quite often don't get, and when we read the tarot and when we actually ask for cosmic interventions, cosmic information coming through, then we actually get it, and it takes us forward powerfully and positively. So it's the Four of Wands. There is more to come always with this card, but like the Ten of Cups that we started with, it's a very, very powerful place to be. So let's just go over those cards again. Let's pick up, I've got them sort of precariously balanced on my laps, on my laps. I've only got one lap, but I've got them precariously balanced on there, and there we are. Four of Wands that we've actually ended with there. Now, although that's the outcome card, it carries a lot of significance for the whole reading. So we started off with the Ten of Cups there, and there's that pattern again. It keeps repeating, you know. The cosmic influences keep repeating through our lives. Things are looking good, but there is further to go. This has a lot to do with family, you know, and we want to be kind of Crafting a legacy is the way the book puts it about this card. Whatever you've got, whatever's good at the moment, you really want to kind of make it carry on and on as you go forward. Whatever you've created so far, you want that to go on in a sense of positivity. So crafting a legacy, it has everything to do with family, it has everything to do with friends, all our relationships, and that, my friends, includes the relationship we all have with Mother Earth. That's the strongest one. And then we've got 8 of Cups. Character has to go off and find more. He's scratching his head because he thought he had it all in the 10 of Cups, and actually he did. That's what he eventually works out, but he does have to go forward and find more. But here we go. The 4 of Wands kind of brings both of those energies together, and it shows things are actually getting done. Things are actually, the power is behind things, so that things are actually moving and going forward and being positive. Well, I'm going to go forward and be positive now. I hope you will too, friends. Keep it sort of semi-real, because I know this doesn't seem real to a lot of people, but spiritual reality is the truest reality of them all. It really is. Whatever's going on in this world, the spiritual reality is what's in control. The spiritual reality is what matters, because that is always what's going to kick in again and again in our lives. That's what always takes us forward. Okay, so keep it spiritually real. Whatever's going on in this world, keep it spiritually real. Keep it twig, brother. I'll be back again soon. Thumbs up please if you've enjoyed it. Leave me a comment, we'll share the journey, and do subscribe and check out my other videos. Have a good one, friends. Peace.